queuing with them
him
niggas again.
You didn't want to avoid them?
I did, but I forgot that I could only avoid 3 niggas at a time. So I avoided I avoided the entire roster. Are you staying on this account?
Yeah. Can you put me in the... Well, I'm not going to play yet. I have to explain this shit.
So why didn't you just go... Okay, alright, explain. What do you want to wait for everybody?
I'm just going to do it on the YouTube thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I can do it. Can you come to practice thing, or did you walk away?
No, I'm here.
All those crises I quietly put out, you have no idea.
Okay, so it's easier to explain in Overwatch term, but like I know like Moya and on them they don't. Well, actually, it's only Moya. They didn't play Overwatch. But what I'm trying to get at, I'm gonna talk about the tank role probably last or whatever. Anyways, but for us, we do not have a set in between game. We have.
Sorry. I am just finding out that this shit explodes after a while.
To the heart tends to end things.
That's too crazy, bruh. Okay, sorry, continue.
Well, actually, now that you're on Hella, let me use Hella. So, generally, with main DPS, you can think of them as hit scans. Like, that's how they used to classify, like, main DPS was anyone who was, like, was a hit scan was a main DPS. Anyone who was projectile, let's say Junkrat, Genji, Mei, blah blah blah. They're flex. Similarly to here, if Hella, Punisher, their main. Oh, also, if it's like super, super fast projectile, you're also like main. So Hanzo's a main DPS. Sojourn's a main DPS. Similar here, Hawkeye would be a main DPS. Winter Soldier would be a main DPS.
What about like Iron Man or Storm and shit like that?
They would be flex.
When you have been powerless, having power means something.
And then
so is it Storm bullets? So is it like
Storm is
it based on the speed of the bullets?
Yeah, in a way, and like just kind of also positioning too, and so many other stuff. Like
does damage output have anything to do with it?
Not necessarily. No.
I see. Okay. What about Star-Lord?
Star-Lord would probably be like Tracer, where Tracer, she can fit all categories depending on how you play her. So she's versatile enough to where she can be main, she can be flex.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically based off the play style, if the character is played correctly.
Yeah. As for main support and flex support, people kind of get it wrong. They think it's about healing, like output and such, but it's not. It's about kind of automatic healing. So the 3 main supports inside Overwatch is Mercy.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, I already said Mercy.
Mercy, Bap, and not Bap. Okay, so in that case, Mercy, Lucio. Are we? Is it like we talking like the whole roster like now or like? I want to say Kiriko.
Mm-hmm.
I give up.
It's actually Brig.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So
automatic healing mean you don't have to aim. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha. So why wouldn't Kiriko count?
Because you actually have to like look at them, like, and then like heal them, and then you can stop or whatever. Mercy counts because she's literally just no matter, and then it heals you or whatever.
Wouldn't Brig follow the same logic? Because you got to look at the nigga. Oh, well, I guess Inspire just niggas around them.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Not just the health packs.
So all right. It's harder to classify that in Marvel Rivals because there's not necessarily that. The closest, like, we have to follow like the other standard of like not automatic, but just pure healing versus not. So Jeff, for example, would be like one of the main healers or whatever.
And this is on, you said this is on output?
I wouldn't say output, it's more like
I'm a good guy
of heals, like the closest to like AoE heals or whatever. Because like Rocket can heal 2 people at the same time. Just
so like, I guess
that.
Who can do that? Loki can do that.
Yeah, Loki.
Adam, I guess.
So I was thinking Adam, and I'm gonna put an asterisk on him because I actually don't know how to rate him. So currently,
I think if his healing was more, if his healing was not every 6 seconds, then I think he would be a main healer.
Yeah. So currently, I mean, really, I can think of is like Rocket, Loki, and then Jeff, sort of, because he can just streamline or whatever. So I try to push this point to like 2 main things generally don't work. So as we said, Lucio Mercy is considered a throw pick.
Together.
So yeah, together. Ash and Soldier are considered throw picks together. Like
really?
Yeah, especially like when we're talking about like 6v6 or whatever. If I just shield you, there's nothing you can do or whatever. Like, like
so
imagine
the plan is to. So the goal optimally is to have a main and flex for every role.
Yes.
All right.
And especially like now in 6v6 where so the term off tank also came from that role theory to where generally you want a main tank and a off tank, which is
I remember those days.
Yeah. It'll be a Rhine and a Zarya. So, what I wanted everyone to like come into like, okay, I'm going to be the main support. I mean, main DPS or something. And if you're going to be the main DPS, you have to have multiple versatile people inside that role. Like, you have to say, okay, if I'm going to be the main DPS, that means I'm going to have to practice Hela. I'm going to have to practice Punisher. I'm going to have to practice, like, at least 3 or 4 of the main or whatever.
Main DPS.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And then for the flex, it's, okay, I'm going to practice 4 of that.
3 or 4 of the flex ones? Okay.
Yes, which could be like Storm, it's Namor, it's Mr. Fantastic, it's Iron Fist, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Wolverine, something like that. You know, some type of specialist or whatever. Similarly, same thing with the support role. When someone, though I would say it's a little bit easier because there's a lot of conflation and such. Because The reason why I would put, like, for example, Adam inside that asterisk, I really think he can do the jobs, both of them. Like, he can provide the damage, he can provide the sustain, you know, blah, blah, blah.
You're safe now, my friend.
But the main thing, actually, I think the people that I'm going to be hardest on this is the DPS. Because they have the most, like, kind of responsibility, in my opinion. On face value, you are Killua inside that situation. You are both the offense and you are both the defense. So,
I'm sorry. Say that part one more time. You talking about the DPS?
Yes, the DPS. Because, for example, if, let's say you are Punisher, right? And I'm Storm. So my job, let's say, because our jobs are based on their enemy comp. Like, we can't just come into a game like, oh, I'm going to do this and you're going to do this. You know, it's okay. They have XYZ comp. Let's say they have also what we have, a mirror comp. So, actually, no, let's say they have a Storm and a Spider-Man. They didn't follow the main role and blah, blah, blah.
Watch out, they're headed our way.
So, Punisher, his job is to take care of the Storm. My job, so he's the offense inside that moment. I'm the defense. So that means whenever...
Sorry, who are you?
I'm Storm. I'm the flex DPS.
Okay.
Punisher is the main
Punisher.
DPS.
Okay.
Yes. So Punisher is going to provide the offense by shooting, you know, the Storm. I'm going to provide the defense by whenever Spider-Man comes, like, I'm going to pressure him out. I might not kill him, but I'm going to make sure that, like, he doesn't have his way on our support and backline. So you're that Killua, which is the offense and defense.
Okay. Makes sense.
So one of the reasons why, like, main support and flex support works so well in Overwatch, and in a sense it can work inside Marvel Rivals too, and it does, but it's just harder to explain. So imagine you are what's a good... Oh, let's say you're Kiriko and I'm Lucio, right? Or actually, let me say someone squishier. Let's say I'm Lucio and you are Ana. And let's say a Tracer is trying to one-clip you. But since I am right next to you, that doesn't work as easily because without me even knowing it, I'm providing peeling for you. Just from you being right next to me. You see that? That, like, while she's trying to kill you, just from me being around you, you're getting healed. That's one of the... Compared to, let's say, if you're Ba or Ana, I have to turn to look at you to try to heal you. And I can miss, you know, so many XYZ things can occur, right? So that's one of the reasons why, like, main and flex supports work. The closest we can have is, let's say, I'm going to put the asterisk on
universe. I will be there to
Adam.
balance it.
Let's say I'm Adam and you're Luna. You're getting dove by Spider-Man.
Quantum magic.
I'll just do this. And then you're not dead for his combo. I think what supports get wrong is, oh, I need help. The first person who should peel for you is the other support. The next person who should peel for you is the flex DPS. The third person who should peel for you is the off tank.
Watch out, they're headed our way.
The fourth person who should peel for you is the main DPS. And then the very last person who should peel for you is the main tank. You should never be in a situation where the main tank should really peel for the support. You should rarely be in a case where the main DPS has to peel for the support.
I'm assuming that's like it's like generally.
Yes, generally.
Not situationally.
Yeah, generally. Like, let's say all 6 of us are alive and stuff like that. There should be an order event that keeps supports alive. Because
right.
Yeah.
That part I get, but like, let's say we're in a team fight and our flex DPS happens to be a flanker, and I'm standing with the main DPS. So in that case, I mean, assuming our other support died.
So inside that case, like the flex DPS should know what the enemy comp has. So it's like, I'm not gonna go for a full dive as the flex DPS when I know that they have 2 divers, because my job is to kind of provide that protection to you and such. So this also does not mean that you're not going to die as a support. I think I was reading on older support things from Overwatch, and I think there's supports don't like to die, right? I mean, most people don't like to die. It doesn't feel good to die.
It does not at all.
However, sometimes, as it's weird as it sounds, you have to be okay with dying. That doesn't mean give up your life. Like, let's say we're playing dive comp and they're playing dive comp. The one who wins that dive battle is the one who kills the other backline faster. It's not that their enemy team, dives us and then we all try to, peel whatever. There's sometimes I have to reside to my fate that, okay, I'm going to die. However, I'm going to stay alive as long as I can. So, we survive longer from their dive than we do. And that's my job inside that moment. So my job isn't always
DPS.
As support.
Okay.
So my job isn't always to, I must live here. I must live long enough that my team's dive wins over their team dive.
Enemies are here.
Does that make sense?
Like when I be at support, it be a nigga diving me, and I be pretending like that nigga not here, and then I be healing niggas.
Yeah. So it's like you're
ahead of the game for real.
Yeah, you are probably going to die. However, do not make their job easy. Like, that's your job as support is, yes, I'm going to die, but I'm not going to make it easy. I'm going to sleep you. I'm going to use my cooldowns. I'm going to move around. I'm going to heal my team. Make sure, the concept of trading backlines. So, who's the closest? So Venom's like the closest to Ball, right?
Is it Brawl or Ball?
Ball, Hamster from Overwatch. If all 6 people turn around to try to kill Ball, Ball has just created Steph Curry level of gravity impact to where the rest of his team can just simply walk forward because we all turned around trying to peel for Ball. And his job is to make you guys turn around and then not die. And he's probably not going to die because he has, like, infinite health and stuff. So inside that instance, the better thing to do is, instead of trying to kill Ball, it's for you all to stall Ball. Like, sleep him or whatever, while we also try to do the same thing. He's trying to dive you guys, but we are more lethal than Ball. Like, Ball doesn't have a lot of killing potential compared to, let's say, a diving Doomfist or something. Or so, while he's diving, we're also diving. So, we're trying to kill their backline as quick as possible and then make it back to you. So, if, let's say, Ball is still sleeping and you guys still have a sliver of your health left, we can now all conjoin on that Ball together. And even if he does not die, he runs away, and now we have the point moving for free. So that's one concept. Supports being okay with dying. However, surviving as long as you can against the dive and playing with one another. Like it's like, you know, I hate when I'm like seeing other supports like, oh, I'm so scared, and then just like kind of running away, like leaving the other support. You all are supposed to be a rubber band. Like it's main support and flex support. You guys are a duo. If you know, if they're diving you, my job is to keep you up. If they're diving me, your job is to keep me up. Not running over here and stuff like that. It's like, okay, we're going to survive as long as we can, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And our team's going to dive them, you know, just in a dive scenario. But I'm going a little bit away from the main principle I want to talk about. The main DPS, the flex DPS, main support, flex support. So I need that from our team. That I need, you know, someone on main DPS, whoever that's going to be. They have to have 4 main DPS, and that's their job. And then I need the the flex DPS to master at least like 4 flex DPS. Same thing with support, and same thing with main support.
Now, hypothetically.
Yes.
Let's say the main DPS had 2 and 2, and the flex DPS had 2 and 2.
Enemies are here.
It just doesn't roll over that well, especially, and it's just better that one learns the other because the synergy is there. Like for example, if for the most part, if I'm good at Hela,
You need not fear me. If you do not,
I can generally have a good grasp of Punisher or Hawkeye.
Some good in the world.
However, that doesn't make me good at Storm or Spider-Man and all that. So, and let's say 2 of your characters are banned and 2 of their characters are banned. Now you're just left with 2 characters you're good at in the flex road, and they're left with 2 characters left in the flex road. Which is why it's just better for one person to master main DPS and the other to master flex DPS.
Fair.
And then
This is war.
this one's
We
a
keep
little
fighting
bit
until we
more
can't
difficult
fight
to
anymore.
because Marvel doesn't have like the versatility inside the tank role, but main tank, off tank. I mean, for the most part, we kind of understand main tank, Doctor Strange, Magneto,
Yeah.
Emma can count whatever, blah blah blah. Off would be
The rest of them niggas.
well, Groot actually would be main too, but yeah, pretty much the most of them niggas. Like Cap can be main. He's like the tracer of tanks, but yeah, for the most part, Venom too. Venom and the thing about dive tanks, they can count as main tanks. Like think Hammond, like he can be a main tank, just because their survivability and stuff like that. Hawk is a brawl tank, so that doesn't count. So Hawk, Thor, Penny, they're off tanks. So you want to, like, for whoever's going to be our tank and our main tank, and who's going to be our off tank, they need to master. I mean, there's only like 4 main tanks to master, and then there's only like 4 off tanks to master. So whoever's on Thor, they also have to learn. I mean, just the principle of it. Probably a Hulk, and then also probably a thing. Yeah, and then Sean is funny.
What he say?
Nah, I was just reading what he was saying earlier. Nigga answering and getting everything wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then for the main tank, they have to master Magneto, Strange, Cat, Venom. I would actually call
my skin is my mind.
I'll call Emma in between. I would call her main. She's like she's literally like Ramattra. So Ramattra is both main and off tank, just because he can brawl and he can poke. So either one of them can master Emma. I would prefer both for the versatility or whatever. So let's say just on paper or something like that, we're running again the 2-2-2 comp. Let's say Moyo's on main tank, so he would have to master Cap, Strange, Magneto, Groot. DJ's on off tank, so he would have to master Emma, Thor, Thing, Hulk. Let's say actually, let me just use the people in the chat, just so it's not confusing. Let's say I actually don't even know which one to pick for who, between Key and
I think the gist has been explained.
Yeah, okay, but yeah. It's just because they're watching and stuff like that. Like, who is his best characters?
Cool.
Because like now I'm thinking about it, both of them are flex supports. I mean, flex DPS, which I think like kind of brings us to our problem. We don't have a main DPS.
I mean, I think for the most part, Sean can play main DPS.
He could, but it's just his best
characters like locks in
Magic, and now he's been on Mr. Fantastic. It's gonna suck that.
I think he has the aim and
to
game
do
awareness
Hela
and Bucky and stuff like that. It's not a big learning curve.
Yeah,
I don't know about Hawkeye, but Hela, Bucky, you know.
Okay, which then leaves Key. He would have to learn like
you can do Punisher. I mean, literally all Key's characters are flex DPS, so.
Yeah. Those Squirrel Girls like Junkrat, he's considered neither really. He's not really considered flex. He's considered
just a guy.
He's put in the same category as Symmetra. Like it's a niche pick.
Disgusting.
Yeah, like it's a niche pick for certain situations. Like he's not really considered flex. He's there to serve a purpose, and then
you got what? Storm, Moon Knight, Psylocke.
Storm, Moon Knight, Psylocke. Okay. Okay. And then okay. And then let's say you and Nahum.
Nahum seems to really enjoy Invisible Woman, but I'm pretty sure I can play every support that's not Jeff. I don't like Cloak, but I could play Cloak.
Okay.
I would say my three best would be Loki, Mantis, and Luna.
I was actually going to say I would like you to be on the flex row because I do need more. I do need you to be that damage output or whatever. So again, there's an asterisk on Warlock. So for the Warlock, the Mantis, and who did you say for the last one? Oh,
Loki.
Loki, yeah. I like the Loki.
So what would Invisible Woman be?
honestly, I would kind of consider her
Cosmic rays didn't make me who I am today.
kind of main
Family
because
did.
she can do that and walk away.
Fair. Alright. Now we just gotta put all those characters together and come up with a comp.
Yeah.
Wait, so who'd our second tank be?
I said Moyo and DJ.
Oh, Moyo and DJ? Okay.
And then
So off the top of my head,
Mm-hmm.
Cap, Emma.
Cool.
I like when I think Magic is clearly Sean's best character. So I would like him on Magic. But if you were trying to do main and flex, I would say he should learn Hela or tighten up the Hela. Key goes either Storm or Psylocke or Moon Knight, either one. And then I'll be on Loki, and now I'm on Invisible Woman. That way I get my team up. Oh, in that case, he can do Thor as well. Or DJ could do Thor, so he also gets the team up. But I think that team up would be our best bet, considering our, strengths and weaknesses.
I can see that.
Sean can aim, but that nigga puts himself in very dangerous situations very often.
He can aim on
I think-
Call of Duty and Overwatch in first person. He's still working on this third person stuff.
But no, I think the more Sean can be protected from himself, the better off we are. That nigga, that nigga will run 1v5, bruh. The way I be seeing that nigga critical all the way in the back line, I'm like, what do you want me to do from here, bro?
Yeah, so I like that. I like that. Okay. So, and I need, like, if there was to be like a practice regimen or whatever, it would just be everyone doing those characters, maybe swapping, like, okay, I won this game as, let's say I'm Moyo. All right, I won this game as Captain America.
This is
Next
war.
game,
We keep fighting.
I'm gonna force it. And I'm gonna go. I say he was a main tank, right? Oh yeah, he's Cap. All right, then I'm gonna go Magneto. Okay, I won this game as Magneto. I'm gonna force Venom. Okay, I won as Venom. Blah blah blah. All right, I'm gonna force Strange. It's similar for like everyone else. Just have a rotation so you can keep them all at a high level. Because honestly, at people's best, unfortunately, we are not good enough to compete at the highest of high levels.
I agree.
And then also, at our worst, we will probably get whooped by GM niggas. Like, let's say we don't get the Captain America.
Like
we don't
current
get the
GM
Thor.
niggas or the
The
last
old
season
GM
niggas?
last season GM.
Nah, them
like
niggas. Nah.
if
Well, I guess
Let's say-
at our worst, maybe.
yes,
Sure.
yeah, if
If niggas
Some
have to
people
play
don't get
characters
their-
that are
yeah.
not their best characters.
exactly, yeah.
Fair.
Fair. And we have lost CGM niggas, by the way.
No, you're not lying.
So yeah, and I guess I'll be like a emergency sub or something like that. If like, no offense to like either DJ or Moy or whatever. Yeah, I'll sub in if like, let's say we're 6-3, and we need that last win. Like we need to ensure it or something like that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Then I'll step in.
Nigga said break glass in case of emergency.
But yeah, I just think it would be easier for me to like monitor and then like kind of make adjustments and stuff like that. And plus, also
Alright.
honor the people that's been playing. Like I've been playing Marvel Rivals too, to be honest. So
Our enemies are near.
I thought Hulk was hard, but this nigga, he's a pretty simple kid.
well, I mean, I think like with most characters, it's easy. Like for example, Venom is very easy
Yeah,
to
I
actually
just suck.
pull off.
I don't know what it is about those 4 tentacles,
Oh no,
but
it's not
it's
you.
really hard
It
to
is not
calibrate,
you.
bruh.
It's not you. It's everyone.
Should be frying me, bruh.
It took me forever until I don't know how to explain it, but I think I was on Reddit and then someone said think diagonal or whatever. That like I don't know how to explain it, but they come in a diagonal or whatever. It doesn't go to the crosshair. It goes. Oh yeah. So it goes from, let's say, your eyes to wherever you're facing, which is why, like, if you come here. Remember when you were playing like Overwatch, you would see like an X kind of pop up or whatever. So like, I'm trying to do an example. So come here where I'm standing. So if you're to see my screen, my X is literally like outside, right? But it's probably not going to hit outside. It's probably going to hit the edge of the wall because it goes, yeah. So I just have to know that it's coming from a diagonal type of angle. I'm not sure if I explained that correctly, but yeah, that's kind of how I learned. It was just like don't necessarily shoot where the X is, shoot as if it's coming from your eyes at a diagonal angle or whatever. Honestly, the biggest thing about Venom is, in most tanks, is watching your cooldown. So that means going in, watching your health. Like, I'm literally, when I'm fighting, I am looking at the bottom of my health, wait until like I'm 100, press the blue thingy, and then immediately get out, which is one of the reasons why you're not supposed to swing in, and I see Venoms do that all the time. Yeah, like you climb up on walls and then slam down, blah blah blah, get their distraction, get all their whatever, and you swing out. But yeah, good talk, everyone. So main tank, flex tank. Main tank, off tank, main DPS, flex DPS. The people who got the hardest role and the most important role are the flex roles, to be honest. So that's pretty much the off tank, which is going to be DJ. That's going to be Key. That's going to be you. And the people who's going to have like the job to stabilize the team, that means provide the consistency. That's going to be Did you just fall off?
No, I'm here.
Oh. That's gonna be you and no, sorry. That's gonna be Nahum, and that's gonna be.
Can I stick to this wall? Will I fall off?
Nahum and Sean, and then the person who has the hard job of being the main character. Gone is gonna be Moya. We hope you suffer. So his job is to take up all the damage, whatever, while you guys get busy and stuff like that. All right, good talk.
All right.
It's also 7 o'clock, so.
I guess I gotta go to Virginia.
Pure cosmic.
You want to tell her, be a little late? Well, learn one game.
Yeah, we got into an argument about fucking roaches, and I'm really not trying to rehash that shit, bruh. She saw like 2 bugs in her apartment, and now she's thinking that shit uninhabitable, bruh. Like, it's a bug. It happens, bruh. You got an apartment. And now she's like, nah, you ain't even do no research and a whole bunch of stupid shit like that, bro. And I'm like, what are we talking about here?
I agree. Which is why you should run
tell your leasing office. I was gonna run one real quick.
Oh, that.
I was like, you could tell your leasing office and go to sleep, bro.
Quantum magic.
All right, I'm about to
really not difficult.
All right, good talk, guys. Rewatch this. Ask me questions in the group chat if you need. Blah blah blah. Yeah.